You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
When we started writing our thoughts down on paper, it opened up endless possibilities. Ideas could grow beyond the borders of the mind, and it changed the world. Somewhere along the way, we lost touch with paper, distracted by devices made for every purpose except for thinking and focus. On edge, waiting for the next notification. But what if new technology didn't pull us away from paper, but brought us closer to it? Listen. That's not paper. It's the sound of the new Remarkable Paper Pro, rewriting the future. A paper tablet with a true color ink display, gentle reading light, and unheard of tactility. With digital features for taking notes, thinking, and organizing, without any distractions. Paper is about to change the world again. Get your paper tablet at remarkable.com today.
Ever feel like you're glitching in a system that no longer speaks your language? You try to explain yourself and it echoes back as static. You walk into spaces that once held your left, and now they feel haunted by who you used to be. This isn't confusion. This isn't regression. This is translation failure between timelines. You are not who you were, and the version you're becoming still loading. This is the quantum gap where nothing computes because the operating system of your life is being rewritten. And if you don't know how to hold yourself through the glitch, you'll keep logging into old timelines for proof you still exist. But proof is not purpose, and your purpose doesn't live in their system. Let's talk about it. The gap is not empty. The gap feels empty only to a mind trained to mistake silence for absence. But silence is sacred buffering. This is the wound between timelines, the airlock between storylines, and the nervous system conditioned to equate stillness with danger starts grieving before it even knows what it's losing. So, the mind spins, the past calls, the dying rolls beg for resurrection. But it's not you that's dying. It's the version that needed noise to feel alive. The one that mistook exhaustion for alignment. The one that kept asking the old world to validate a new soul. You haven't stalled. You're sinking. And sinking feels like loss when you're detoxing from performance. A new language. The ego doesn't surrender. It distracts. It whispers urgency. It demands action. It tells you peace is suspicious and rest is irresponsible. Why? Because when the body stops bracing, the truth starts speaking. And truth doesn't scream. It vibrates. It whispers. The body holds both signals, the pulse of who was trained to survive and the quiet rhythm of who's ready to live. But these signals don't speak the same language. The ego repeats patterns. The soul requires release. And when the soul starts rising, when clarity arrives without a plan, the ego panics because it's losing control. This is where pain spikes, where stillness feels like suffocation, where peace feels fake, where rest feels earned but not real. But it is real. It just doesn't come with applause. And once the ego finally loosens its grip, you don't feel triumph. You feel still, unfamiliar, almost eerie, but clear. You've never known this kind of peace because it wasn't built for performance. It was built for presence. This is the turning point when the soul stops trying to ascend out of the body and chooses instead to live through it. What once felt like protection is now revealed as a loop, a coping script, a safety protocol written in fear, but no longer needed. The sabotage is subtle. Not every distraction during this shift is random. Some are assigned, energetic agents of your old identity. They don't always come to harm you. They come to tether you, to test if you still respond to your former name, to see if you'll shrink for safety. These aren't always enemies. Often, they're the ones who mean well, the ones who need you to stay small so they never have to confront your expansion. They won't attack you. They'll invite regression with a smile. They'll pull at your old wounds and call it connection. But their comfort is a contract, and to stay in their world, you'll have to betray your own. How to know if you're in a gap? You feel clear, but not called. Present, but unavailable. At peace, but still feel misunderstood. You feel everything, but can't explain any of it. You're not depressed. You're between frequencies. You're not lazy. You're in divine buffering. You're not disconnected. You're being rerouted. You don't need to force a fix. You need to let it finish loading. Spiritual hygiene matters here. And this in between, your energy becomes sacred currency. Not everyone deserves access to your unfolding. Protect your peace with precision. Clear your field, clear your altar, guard your voice. You're not hiding, you're being prepared. The suspended rebirth. It doesn't announce itself. There's no light switch, no revelation, no ceremony, just a slow awareness that silence no longer scares you. You don't crash out because there's nothing to prove. Peace doesn't come with a showdown. That what used to provoke you now passes through. You feel suspended, not frozen, not flying, just floating, held, unbothered. A recoded version of you surfacing in a safer dimension. Same body, new code. And anything that speaks the old language, it glitches. You'll see them, you'll remember them, but they won't feel synced because they're no longer on your timeline. Some of them, with or without awareness, are still energetically assigned to dismantle your future you're building, but not with weapons, with familiarity. They'll try to use your own energy against you, but you don't need to fight. You just need to stop plugging in. Let the soul finish the script. Let the nervous system relearn stillness. Let God recalibrate the frequency. You won't know the exact moment it happens. It won't feel like a spark. It'll feel like a breath, a subtle knowing that the void no longer owns you, that the silence doesn't define you, that nothing feels missing, only unrevealed. You'll stop explaining, not from defiance, but because the new frequency doesn't translate backwards. You'll speak less, not out of hiding, because clarity doesn't compete. This is what actual alignment feels like. Not a burst, a calibration. Not a celebration, a return. To the part of you that no longer needs outside confirmation to feel real. And when it lands, you don't rise, you arrive soft, clear, unreachable by anything that only knew the outdated version. You didn't disappear, you recalibrated. You didn't miss your moment, you outgrew their time zone. You didn't lose the plot. You stopped performing for people who never read the script. And now, there's nothing left to explain, only everything left to live. Wait, hold on. Before you go, hold on. All right. You made it to this part of the episode. Thank you for staying, remaining, and watching. I want to give you an energetic cleanse with some Palo Santo. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Your likes, your shares, your follows, your reposts, all of that is much appreciated. I am Woofy. This is the Empowered Shadows podcast. And I look forward to chatting with you another time. Take care.